Hello everyone, Fanta here. You're watching FANTAVISION, and today I am once again discussing GameStop. I really didn't want to make a third GameStop video in a row, but apparently that's what's happening. So the earnings report was just made yesterday, and as predicted, it's terrible, except it's even more terrible than predicted. Before I continue, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, because the YouTube algorithm really seems to hate me. And they've been doing a purge lately, so you might have been unsubscribed. I don't know. Check that out. So, let's dive right in and discuss what is going on with GameStop, because there are a lot of people that don't believe that GameStop is really going downhill. There are a lot of people that don't believe these reports from insiders that Camelot's getting. They don't believe when people say, oh, they might not even survive until the next systems come out. Because really, the next systems are their saving grace, and I'll get into that. But let's discuss what's happening right now. Now, analysts, they estimated that the overall sales of GameStop were going to be down about 13%. 13.4% to be precise. The actual percentage that GameStop is down, let's wait for it, 25.7%. Their sales are down by 25.7%. That is insane. That is way more than I thought would be announced. I mean, that's ridiculous. So they are just hemorrhaging sales. They're going down the tubes, guys. Seriously. New hardware, okay, this part's not really that surprising. New hardware sales are down 43.4%. That is to be expected because the new systems are coming out. If you're buying a new system right now, what are you doing? I mean, the new ones are coming out next year. It doesn't make sense. This is the end of this console life cycle, which is what the GameStop executives are blaming all of this on, but I'll get to the real reason near the end and a little bit inside the video before the end. So now this part was kind of shocking, but I do have an explanation for it. New software sales are down 32.6%. Now, this is crazy because this is including all of the months with Call of Duty and everything like that. So the fact that they're still down 30% in their new software sales is crazy. And they're still blaming the end of the console's life cycle for this, but that doesn't make any sense because right now is when you're going to be having the largest user base for everything. So there's no reason that the next generation is going to be affecting this generation's game sales. Console sales, yes, hell yes. But game sales, that doesn't make sense. Now, because of this report, stock originally fell a little over 20%. It crashed. It's recovered a little bit. It's about 15% by the time that article is written. This one now says 14.44%, but it's very volatile right now because people are hearing this earnings report and they know that GameStop is doomed. And that's a simple fact at this point. GameStop in their current trajectory, they're completely screwed. You cannot have a sustainable business with those kind of losses. That's ridiculous. And it's really interesting to see what everybody thinks that the reasoning is. Some people are saying, oh, it's because of free-to-play games and their in-game purchases. Now, this, honestly, that does make a little bit sense. It does. Because Fortnite is huge. Apex is huge. There are lots of free-to-play games that have just grown to these insane levels. And that has definitely affected the profit of stores. Because, yeah, they're selling Microsoft points and they probably sell whatever, Fortnite coins or whatever the hell it is in the game. But they're not making nearly as much profit as they would if they were selling used games. And if people are happy enough with their free-to-play Fortnite game, then there's no reason for them to go buy used games. Another reason I want to say that they didn't say, they also said digital, and that makes sense as well because digital sales are definitely up. I've seen a lot more people buying digital games. I still don't think it's smart at all because You have zero value once you're done with the game. You can't trade it in, you can't sell it, you don't really even own it. But digital sales are definitely up because people like the convenience, and convenience wins 90% of the time. I mean, look, piracy went down when Netflix was a thing. Piracy went down when Apple Music, or iTunes rather, became a big thing. When something becomes convenient, people will rather do that instead of the thing that honestly makes a lot more sense. But it's not just digital games that are killing GameStop. It isn't. There are so many other factors that they need to look at. GCU may be dead. Gamers Club Unlocked, which gave you 20% off all new games at Best Buy. If that stayed around, I feel like GameStop would have lost even more money. I feel like GameStop would have been dead by this point. Maybe not completely dead, but we would have seen much drastic difference in earnings. But even without Gamers Club Unlocked, you still get $10 in-store credit, or a $10 gift card, whatever you want to call it, for Best Buy when you pre-order a lot of games. You still get that with Amazon as well. And Walmart has been pricing brand new games $10 lower than MSRP for most games, except for like Death Stranding and a couple others. Almost every game that has come out this year has been $10 below MSRP. So with Walmart undercutting them day one, with Best Buy offering reasons to pre-order over there, whereas GameStop doesn't really have any reasons anymore, you're going to see a huge drop. There's no reason to shop at GameStop anymore. GameStop used to draw people in because people there were supposed to know about video games. It was supposed to be a gamer store. It was supposed to be gamer oriented. There used to be great pre-order bonuses and midnight launches that people look forward to. But there aren't midnight launches that people look forward to anymore, anywhere. Yeah, there's occasionally a midnight launch, but I've been to them. They're not parties anymore. I'm sure in some other cities there are. There's always going to be an exception. But overall, midnight releases have become less of a thing. And that's another reason why people buy digital, because they can start pre-downloading the game and playing it as soon as it's unlocked. So with all of these different reasons, all these factors coming in, it's no surprise that sales are so bad. And the fact that they're treating their employees terribly. I mean, if you look at the GameStop subreddit, they used to defend GameStop all the time, post GameStop memes, and now it's just everybody complaining about how many phones they have to take in and trade. How they have to ask customers what they want, if they want to trade in their phone and give them a quote, what they're using right now. That is a real thing. You can look at the GameStop subreddit all you want. There are so many memes on there about people having to take in a bunch of quotes and how just insanely demanding their district managers or district leaders or whatever the hell they want to call themselves are now for phone trade-ins. They're continually making it a more toxic place to work and a more toxic place to shop, because the shit always rolls downhill. Even if it's supposed to only hit the employees, you're going to see the effects on these employees. They're not going to be as happy at their jobs. So you're going to be dealing with miserable people that are working there. And they're understaffed constantly. And they're understaffed and they have to take in phone trades and they have to quote a bunch of people. And phone trades take forever. So if you're understaffed and everybody that's working there is working on phone trades in a video game store, then no wonder why people aren't shopping there anymore. I will repeat, there is no reason to shop at GameStop anymore. There is zero incentive. The used games are not cheaper. The new games certainly aren't cheaper. Their reward system sucks. Their website sucks. There's no free shipping for a lot of different things, whereas Best Buy and Amazon have their own ways of getting you free shipping. Overall, it's a worse shopping experience. They have worse prices. They're more inconvenient, and they don't even exist very well on the web. So they're just kind of screwed. And I feel like this quote really sums up GameStop as a whole. And I really like what Mike Hickey, what an unfortunate last name, what Mike Hickey has to say about these results. He just called them awful. And that the company's quote, voyage seems doomed as the digital storm intensifies. I don't think it's just digital. Digital is definitely killing GameStop. It really is. But I think it's just their overall business structure. The way they have their entire company organized is just wrong. In order to bring customers back, they'd have to implement a brand new rewards program. They would have to drop prices. Even if that means losing money for short term, they need to think long term. If they want to survive, they can't keep thinking short term, because that's all they do. That's all GameStop has ever done. If you walk in there now, it looks like a toy store because that was a short term solution. These phone trades, short term solution, but it is causing long term negative effects on customers. If I went to GameStop and I was just like not knowing any of this and they start trying to buy my phone, you think the average person is going to take kindly to that? No. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? It's bad enough that they're known for the upsell. When you think of GameStop, you think of upsell. And that is not a place you want to shop. You don't want to go shop at a place you're like, oh, yeah, great. I'm going to have to deal with a million different questions and them trying to sell me every single thing they possibly can. I totally want to go shop there. Whereas you go to Best Buy, the only thing they're trying to upsell is occasionally their credit card and the warranty on your game. That's it. They're not asking about pre-orders. They're not asking about your phone trade-in. They're not telling you to bring in more games to trade in. They're not pestering you the whole time. They occasionally come up to you and ask, how can I help you? That's it. So they've just fostered this awful atmosphere, and they've made a store that nobody wants to shop in, and there's no reason to. So there you go. They're doomed as the digital storm intensifies. I don't think streaming is going to be killing GameStop, because streaming kind of died at launch. But I definitely do think they are going to be dead. I don't know if they're going to make it to the next console generation. But if they do, they definitely have a chance at coming back. With the fact that they are backwards compatible, some people in comment section in the articles have no idea what they're talking about. They're saying that they're not backwards compatible. They are confirmed backwards compatible. So that means all of these physical PlayStation 4 games and Xbox One games are not going to be completely worthless. They will hold their value a little bit. And the demand for these games will go up as the people that did not own the previous generation or owned the previous generation and want to go back and play the different games that they didn't own, or they owned an Xbox One and now they're buying a PS5, they haven't played the PlayStation 4 games. We're going to see a lot of people buying used games. So they can hold out until the new systems come out. They do have a chance at a second wind on their voyage, so to speak. But we'll see if they even make it there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please leave a like. Seriously, it does help a lot. I can't believe how much it does help. And subscribe for more content, and let me know what you guys think about the fate of GameStop. As always, everyone, have a fantastic day. Today I'm drinking another Belching Beaver Deftones Bride IPA. I didn't think I was going to make a video today. It was kind of just relaxing, catching a breather from how crazy work has been, and making videos and planning other videos and stuff like that. So I was just kind of taking a breather. That's why I didn't stream. I do need to stream more. I'm sorry. I keep saying I'm going to do it Tuesday and Thursday. 100% going to do it this weekend. I really am sorry that this is another GameStop video. But I felt like that this news was important enough. This news pertained to another video I had made on Monday. And I just thought, it was like, you know what? This is kind of a follow-up to what Camelot said and what I said, and it's kind of proving, look, this is what is actually happening. So it's kind of a disproving of all the naysayers that are doubting this, because this is definitely happening. And honestly, like I said, it's a very bittersweet thing. I personally don't want to see GameStop go. I hate a lot of their corporate practices. I hate the fact that they treat their employees like dog shit. I hate so many things about the company. But there needs to be as much competition out there as possible. There needs to be that extra place that controls the used game market besides eBay. I don't want to deal with the fluctuating prices on eBay. I feel like the prices at GameStop for used games are always going to be a lot better. You don't have to worry about shipping. You don't have to worry about sellers. You don't have to worry about... You can see the game as you're buying it. And most of the time, their old games that are used are not that badly priced. Like for this current generation, you go buy an old PS4 game, it's probably going to be like $5. So it's going to be a shame to see it go. And I know a lot of people are cheering for its downfall, and I'm definitely not like really sad. I'm not like everybody shop at GameStop, save them. I'm more of, if they're not going to treat their employees and their customers correctly, I guess they just don't deserve to be a company anymore. Mom and pop shops will rise up, but from what I've seen, the prices at mom and pop shops are just terrible. I don't understand how that's a possibility. Again, that's only my local area mom and pop shops. The ones I've seen while traveling around, they always seem to be looking at eBay and pricing it that way, whereas GameStop was kind of its own market. Occasionally it does look at eBay and the values on there, especially for the older like N64 stuff, but I'm talking about like current generation. They keep the games pretty low. So it'll be a shame, but if they deserve it, they deserve it.